Hello, my dear students. I am Linkun Mahapatra and welcome to you in your own YouTube channel, The World of Science and Math. Today we will study the first chapter of Class 9 Science Matter in Our Surrounding. So, let's start. Here are the topics to be covered: Introduction, Physical and Chemical Properties, Know matter based on its physical property, characteristic of particles of matter, states of matter, can matter changes its state, and evaporation. As we are the part of the universe and the universe is made up of different kinds of materials, so let us consider about these materials. It is very interesting to know that the materials of the universe like stars, plants, animals, stones, food, everything around us must have mass and occupy space. And these materials have a scientific term known as matter. That means the matter is defined everything that has mass and occupy space. You would be surprised to know that our early Indian philosopher classified matter in the form of 5 basic elements. These are the air we breathe, the water we drink, the earth where we live, the fire which is used in the process of cooking, the sky which blankets over us. All these 5 basic elements are known as Panchatattvas. Also, the ancient Greek philosophers arrived at the same classification. At a minimum level, matter requires at least one subatomic particles, but we will discuss it in the further topics. Now it is the correct time to know about the nature of the matter. As you know, there are two types of properties, physical and chemical. Physical properties are those that can be determined without changing the substance's chemical identity, and chemical properties are those that can be determined only by changing a substance's molecular structure. Physical properties again categorized as intensive and extensive properties. Intensive properties are any characteristics that does not depend on the amount of the substances, and the extensive properties are those that depends on amount being measured. The example of physical properties: color, density, boiling point, melting point. These are included under intensive properties, whereas the volume and the mass included under extensive properties. There are some examples in the chemical properties like heat of combustion, flammability, oxidation, toxicity, radioactivity, hydrolysis, etc. But here we will know more about matter based on its physical property. At first, we will consider how is this matter made. There are two schools of thought in this regard. The first one, matter to be continuous like a block of wood, piece of iron, etc. And the second one, matter is made up of particles like sugar, sand. It is very important to know that which one is correct. So, to know the correct one, let's do an experiment. What we have already done in our daily life. It is also given in your NCERT book. If we take a beaker of a specific volume, mark the water level present in it, and dissolve some salt or sugar with the help of a glass rod, then we will observe that the sugar or salt crystals have completely disappeared and there is no change in the water level. So there is a question: where do these salt or sugar crystal go? That means the sugar or salt made up of particles and has now spread throughout the water. Therefore, we conclude that the second thought is correct. That is, matter made up of particles. Here another question arises: if the matter is made up of small particles, then how small is this particle? To know this, let's do another experiment. We take water in a container, add some crystals of potassium permanganate in it, which changes its color. If we take a small amount from this solution and add it to another container having water and do this process continuously with 4 to 5 water container, then we will see even if the water of final container faint but must be colored. Here we will observe just a few crystals can change the large volume of water. From this experiment, we knew that the particles of matter are very small beyond our imagination. Let's learn the characteristics of matter. In first and second experiment, we knew that there are no changes in the water level after dissolve the salt in it. It also happens with nimbu pani, tea, and any other solutions. The question is, where do the salt particles go? There are many intermediate spaces in between the water particles, and the salt particles are disappeared in them, and the water level remains unchanged. That means the particles of the matter have space between them.